And we're back. Got the family all squared away. Got to go and run a quick errand before this crazy weather rolls in. But I want to finish this discussion on uncooked knowledge, unseasoned wisdom. And I'm going to turn some of this heat down before I pass out in this car. All right. Yeah. Hot as hell. Okay. Uncooked knowledge, unseasoned wisdom. So I started out talking about how uh, my old professor, Dr. Megwa, talked about how information unfolds in basically four phases. It is hoarded, it is then flooded, it's distorted, and it's embellished. Those last two don't go in any particular order. The most important thing is the first two. Information is always hoarded at first. Okay? And then a time eventually will come when the information is flooded. And then, it's just a natural response to the flooding of information that things get distorted, things get embellished, and a host of other things happen. And I also was talking about how we are in what they call the fourth industrial era or age. This is the information age. This is the age of virtual reality, augmented reality, and what they call the Internet of Things. Uh, so we're finding now, basically, it is the attempt to take what is an object and give it human qualities. At the same time, to take what is human and give it the qualities of something that is inanimate. So this is a couple of things we see going on with this era that we in, this information explosion. Now, basically, what I was trying to get at is that when you cure meat, in ancient times, meat was cured, and in classical era, meat would be cured with salt. The salt would serve as a preservative. Also, just as another little tidbit, like they say in one of these useless facts, Roman soldiers were paid in salt. That's where we get the term salary from. Okay? So salt has the ability to preserve things. Well, if you preserve, then you are helping something sustain itself from one season to the next. Follow me, stay with me. When you season something, you're giving it, or preserve something, you're giving it the ability to sustain itself from one season to the next. It is aging, but it is aging in a way that it does not die, it just gets better. All the flavors sink in, and they call it in culinary world marrying. The flavors marry. What we're missing to a great degree, and the brother from Indy really summed it up great in the previous installment that we had. And he basically took my words out of my mouth that there's a maturation that has to go on. What we're doing now is our become intellectual betas, and we're trying to one up each other, and that has nothing to really do with transformation. Now, Bobby Hemmett talked about how for first 10 years of his career, he amassed outrageous amount of books. I can attest to that. If you that's where we left off the last installment. And I ain't saying this to brag. I'm just telling you it is what it is. Other people bought shoes and took trips and were able to do other things. Well, any little extra penny that I got for the past 7 years, I was building a library, and my library is remarkable. But Bobby Hemmett talked about how something started to happen, and it was around about when he turned 40. Something started to happen, and he basically said he began to, in his, I'm paraphrasing, but basically he began to commune with the gods. He became more magical. I am telling you, that's some real deal shit. And it's an alchemical process that goes on inside of you, that is like a reward for all of those years of laboring and digging through those books, and your eyes hurting, and your eyesight failing, and you toting books everywhere. Hell, I got books in the back. Everywhere I go, it's like I'm lying. It's like my little safety blanket. I got my books. But doing that, and being ridiculed and whatever, there's a point where the humility that you are expressing in your hunger to want to know more gets rewarded, and you actually become that which you have been studying. I'm telling you, real deal shit. Where when you are around people in an environment, they will gravitate toward you. Now, no matter where I go, I'm always the person where people will confide all of their intimate details about themselves. And it's like, oh, you don't know me from Adam's house cat, and just come and start telling me. Why? Because that is your aura that sends a message to that person that says it's okay. This is someone that you should confide in, because I'm not gonna go and tell all their business and talk shit, and well, all of these things, they start to culminate into these gifts that you start to develop and begin to walk into, because you were humble and hungry, and you just wanted to know. So this is where the wisdom kicks in. You start to know things just intuitively, and then you go back and you can confirm it through your scholarship. Now, we're talking about real deal magic. There are different modalities and applications of magic. Part of the magic is just in your being. Your being becomes It transforms. So what we should be, and I say we, it depends on what level you at. It depends on what level you at. If you have matured enough, you will notice yourself wanting more than just stuff. You want to know, like when I used to go to church, they would say, I believe I'll run on, see what the end's gonna be. A lot of them old hymns they used to sing at church, them shits got a lot of damn meaning to them, but that those old sisters didn't know. But when I want to see what the end's gonna be. I want to see. I want to boldly go where no motherfucker has been. That's the quest. So it's not enough for me to prove that I'm smarter. I've been smarter all my fucking life. I don't need to prove that shit. They tested me in the 2nd grade and I tested out all the shit. They took me out the room and put me in these special classes. That ain't shit. That ain't shit. So the point is now it's about transformation. This shit, the shit that I'm finding myself really delving into, it is causing transformation to go on. It is giving more understanding. It's giving more clarity. And that's what it's supposed to be about. Breaking new ground. Not masturbation. So the same thing that empowers you can be something that cripples you. This vast quantity of information we have exposure to now can be crippling if there's no maturity to do anything with it. Other than try to one up some motherfuckers and say, I was right and y'all was wrong. And I mean, what the fuck does, what, who cares? How is it transforming you though? Tell me, how is it transforming you? That's what matters now. See, we in that point in the time continuum. It's about transformation, baby. You. So, let me give you an example of just when we talk about maturity. Today is a day that Martin Luther King's birthday is being celebrated. Now, if you think you're too fucking conscious, let me tell you how you're gonna play yourself. You're gonna sit back and talk shit about how Martin Luther King was a government agent. And let me tell you something about this agent bullshit. There ain't no such thing as no fucking agents. There's only an agent if you are fucking looking for somebody to follow. That's where the agent shit comes in. If you're looking for somebody to follow, and then you find out that this superhero that you put up on a pedestal was not what you thought it was, and you're disappointed. Seek ye first the kingdom. The kingdom is you. So then, if you got that understanding, then you can take Martin Luther King and assess him in a much different light. And all these niggas who sit back on the internet and talk shit in 2018, when your motherfucking ass can drink out of any water fountain that you can walk down any street that you want to, you can shop where you want, you can get a job, whatever. You sit back and talk this shit. See, that's where immaturity come in. You know how I know? Because I used to be that asshole. Oh, Martin Luther King ain't shit. He trying to tell people they got to bow down. There. All that motherfucking tough talk. Sitting up here on the goddamn internet and blah, 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 and gum bumping. I want to see how bad a motherfucker is when a dog is on your ass. I done been chased by a Doberman Pinscher, and that shit was scary as a motherfucker. I want you to see how you react when the police is putting the goddamn dogs on your monkey ass. How motherfucking bad are you then? Then I'll believe that shit. So we need to get off this motherfucking bullshit of being these goddamn keyboard killers. and back up, and you got to reassess all of these people who've come before, because this is a divine drama that's being played out, and everybody's been playing their role. Yes, Martin Luther King Boulevard is fucked up, and it's always, that's how you know what a fucked up area is. Well, that is where the divinity is, because it is in the muck and the dirt where you're gonna find fucking God. So it's right for Martin Luther King Boulevard to be in the fucked up part of the goddamn town, because that is where God is. I'm dealing with real motherfucking metaphysics, real goddamn occult knowledge, transformational shit. That's why I go and work every day, because I have no aspiration to be an internet star, because I understand that this is about transformation. Therefore, I'm just going to say whatever the fuck I feel, and I'm going to give it to you real, and the shit is right and exact. I know I'm right. I'm challenging us all to stretch your motherfucking perception and your perspective, and quit. You know what a sister told me? She told me, I'm kind of just getting tired of listening to people because they just regurgitate the same shit. Facts. And I kind of felt like, damn, I kind of felt convicted when she said that. Like, damn, I want to make sure that I'm not just, just Am I groundbreaking in my own quest? That's why I really amassed all those books, because I know people who just go and repeat stuff. But I wanted to, when Bobby Hemmett called out books, goddamn, when I got my student loan money and I had a little bit left, I'm going to get my Bobby Hemmett book list. Because it's not enough for him to tell me. When Henry Robinson used to tell me shit, when I got to the point, that's my daddy. When I got to the point where I got grown and could get my own money and shit, I'm going to find out shit for myself. I'm going to read these books. And you know what's funny? When my daddy died, I found out I got Dr. Ben's books, and my daddy got the same Dr. Ben books. I got Chancellor Williams books. My daddy got the same Chancellor Williams Destruction of Black Civilization. I got Ivan Van Sertima. He got the old Ivan Van Sertima, the hardback copies. But see, I was on my own quest, finding out shit for myself and not just sitting around trying to regurgitate what I heard my daddy talk about. I had to go and learn my own shit. And that is the spirit that I'm challenging all of you to have. Don't feel like you got to put a spin on your consciousness to make you look like you this. Fuck all that bullshit. Trying to impress these motherfucking niggas who sitting around can't even wipe their ass straight. An old woman used to tell us, be who you is. Be what you is. The isness of being, as Phil Valentine says. The isness. Who the fuck are you? What is your purpose? Where are you going? What are you transforming? I don't want to hear all this motherfucking regurgitated shit. I'm tired of this motherfucking group shit. Everybody gonna perish if they don't get down with this shit. Fuck all that bullshit. Fuck all these goddamn groups. That shit ain't hitting a lick at spit. Motherfuckers gotta push groups because they need you to corner you into their shit, because that's how the hustle works. That's how all that goddamn debate and shit started. Because motherfuckers got to have a faction over here and a faction over there so they can have something to try to get their different ways to hustle. Fuck the motherfucking bullshit. You talk all this shit about the white man and you run the most motherfucking games on each other. Facts, goddammit. Real motherfucking metaphysics. Real goddamn scholarship. Original. I've gotten a little angry. I don't know why. I got to go ahead and drop this hard drive. Y'all want to go along for the visit? Drop this off.
You pay me 50 now and you pay the balance when you finish, okay?
Okay.
Alright. You got it, man?
Yeah.
Do you need charger?
Yeah.
You should have about 1 terabyte left on it.
How much is this thing?
It's a few terabytes. It's quite a bit.
No, it's 1.3.
Oh, but I checked, it's got about a terabyte on it.
Okay. It's 1.3 anyway. It says here. If it's got 1 terabyte, it's fine. I'm gonna put everything here.
Just put what you can get on there.
Okay.
And you think you have it ready tomorrow?
Well, we're trying our best. I hope this job wanna finish overnight because I'm gonna let it run overnight.
Guess what? Guess who I got faith in? I got faith in you.
Fake me?
I got faith in you. You're going to get it done.
Have fake computers, not me. Computers
No, you the man. You the man you gotta make it
I
work.
cannot make it work.
Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
I can't trust you.
Say it. Believe it.
Well, I'll do whatever I can.
Call me tomorrow. Let me know to come get my computer. All right. Let's talking shit. All right. Y'all still there? Everything's an adventure for me. Wake up. What's gonna be the adventure for the day? Let me put my seatbelt on. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got something you wanna look at me getting all social media proficient. I'm checking the chat room. How you do this shit? Chat view options. Facts. LOL. Got 100 or so books on my tablet. Right. Peace. Tightness rights. Peace, Sir Big Head. Peace, Erica. Peace to the world. Had to go outside and get some of that cool air to I don't know why I got a little agitated there. I'm normally not that animated. But you know, my daddy had a word he used, he's facade. That was his word. Definitely into astrology. But I'm in it from the standpoint of not feeling like well, I'm this sign, that's just the way I am. You know, I'm not into that. Look, okay, let's have a little quick plug on the astrology. I'm no all right. Okay, Erica said she's used some very strong words there. A lot of people are bullshitting. Hell, sometimes, you know, we all can buy into being a bullshitter sometimes. But I'm gonna tell you about. Let me just give y'all something about astrology. I think it is a very. I don't think I know. It's a very ancient. It is one of the pillars. The study of the heavenly bodies and the correlation between them, the above and the below. That's as above, so below. That's a bedrock of metaphysics. But let me put a spin on it. Exactly. It's definitely not a religion. It's a roadmap. And if we're gonna say a religion, it is the real religion, because religio, to bind back, you know, it's not. See, religion is not the term. There's nothing wrong with the term. It is the usage and the way it has been sullied. That's the problem. because religion is to bind back. You're returning back. You know, going through a year is religion because you're binding back to the beginning. The zodiac binds back to the beginning. Aries bends backwards to touch the heel of what you call them, Pisces. So, but are y'all familiar with the 12 cranial nerves? You got 12 cranial nerves, and they're considered to be 10 of those are considered to be the part of the autonomic nervous system. Okay, now the autonomic nervous system controls your uh, inadvertent activities like sneezing, blinking, all of the things that you're going to do naturally that's just built in to protect you and so forth. Now you got two of those cranial nerves that are considered to be part of the central nervous system. And when you hear central, now here goes Kabbalah. What is the center of the tree of life? It is the middle pillar. Okay, so you have a middle pillar in you that is what is called the central nervous system. This is running down from the brain all the way down through the spine. Okay, this is the master control center. Everything comes out of the middle, and then it runs all the way up, and then in the middle of your head you have the master gland. Now in I don't know the actual term, I forgot the term for it, but brain, when you talk about the science of studying the brain, let's just put it that way in layman terms, they call this the zero nerve. All of these other nerves have names for them, but this particular one is called the zero nerve. The zero nerve is talking about the pineal gland. And the pineal gland is the 13th cranial nerve. It coincides with the 13th cranial nerve. And this is why, you know, this whole thing of 13 is an unlucky number, and no 13th floor on many elevators and so forth. Because that is this lacking of this Christhood in these certain creatures on this planet is reflected as their version of the devil. And we know that whole concept of the devil is hogposh, but you know, we're using it for a place marker. So let's say one man's God is another man's devil. So that's why the whole thing of the unlucky 13 and so forth. I got a lot of people on in my family who are born on the 13th day of the month. One of my daughters, my sister, you know, my uncle who passed. You know, it's a very, very peace. It's a very powerful and spiritual number. That's our number. That's the number of Christ, 13. Okay. It's also the number. I'm getting off my subject though. We started out talking about astrology though. When we talk about the zodiac and the 12 signs that are rotating, then we have to ask, if they are rotating, then that's the same as they are orbiting. And if they are orbiting, what are they orbiting around? And the key to astrology, to me, and I'm not no, that's not my, I don't teach astrology. You know, I teach, you know, from, that's what's up, 913. I teach it from just a overview, um, as it fits into the collective. But the ultimate goal is to become the 13th sign. It is not to give in to is your nature based on uh based on whatever your sign is. Here's an example. I'm a That's right, the black dot. The black dot is the 13th sign of astrology. So here's my thing. I'm Aquarius. I'm born in the bitter cold. There was a snowstorm when I was born, and I was born in the wee hours of the morning. Okay, I know the exact time, but I'm not gonna say it. Um, and so I'm a chaos being. It is. I've been very creative all my life, and I have a tendency to be junky. Okay, now that does not mean that I don't even know if that even has anything to do with being Aquarius, but I'm just going to put it into the framework of when we talk about our signs and how it affects us and so forth. To me, it's like, okay, my wife is the exact opposite. That's how we, she's a Leo. She's a Leo. Facts, yeah. Um, so she balances me. So she got to have shit in order. Now, the reason that I project and attracted her as my wife is because I needed that so that completely I don't get completely locked into one aspect of my nature. When I'm talking about, listen, Erica, you say why? It's just like a mirror. A mirror is reflecting two dimensions. The dimension on one side of it and the dimension on the other side. And on the tree of life, if you look at the Sephiroth on either side, they have what is appears to be its opposite on the other side. You have Bina, Hokuma, you know, uh, and so forth, all the way down the tree. But in the middle, let's just take, God damn, I'm going blank. Gabora and Hesed on the other side. Okay. Why I never get my birth? Because that tells a lot. That is like giving away your social security number. When you tell if a person really knows how to construct a chart, you know, if you telling them your time of birth, day, all of those different aspects, they're able to kind of uh, peer deeper into who you are, and that's not on their goddamn business. You know, it ain't like I got nothing to hide. Like, I done killed 6 niggas, but no, but it's just, you have vampires. You have vampires. I ran into a vampire the other day at the gym. I can tell you about that too. Uh, but on the tree of life, that's why you have what appear to be opposing points on each side. Because the whole point is balance. That's all that's what it's about. It's balance. And when you get out of balance and you get leaning too much into your pillar of severity, then you need something to bring you back to the middle. So you're going to need something that comes off of the pillar of mercy and what appears to be just an overabundance of shit. If you're too far on the pillar of mercy side, you're going to need some warlike shit to come in from the pillar of severity to balance your ass out. So if you're just being super passive and shit, and you want to sit back, it's like, well, I'm just, I'm going to eat soup and then walk around in a robe and, then you're going to need some fucked up, really bad shit to happen. You might have to have somebody come up and slap the shit out of you or something like that to awaken the warlike qualities in you to get your ass to get some motherfucking drive going in yourself. See what I'm saying? So that's I'm learning more and more about this. This Kabbalah is the shit. Okay, it is an ever evolving and moving set of scales, and you're constantly uh, they can and help you figure out how to balance yourself when you're tipping one way to this way or the other, because the ultimate goal is to travel up the central nervous system. We are climbing Jacob's ladder, the Djed pillar. That's the middle pillar. That's the ultimate goal, is to find your way there and to travel up and down that. That's where your greatest power is. But we are in humanity. So the humanity in us, it bounces us around the time. We get distracted. We get confused. And certain things happen and we tilt this way or that way. And our own divine simulator that we created for us to come down into this school to perfect ourselves has checks and balances built into it that will move us back towards the middle. So I got all off of the original either way. Y'all got any other questions? If you're not a member of Masters of the Cosmos yet, you need to go and at least become a member of the Inner Sanctum. That's free, okay? But I encourage you to become a member of the Adepts, because we do classes, and when I do lectures and so forth, then it's free for the Adepts. They pay $7.50 a month, and they have access to anything I'm doing. I got a class coming up next month, and it's going to be dealing with a form that I have on there called the 72 Wise Words of God. If you are a member of the Inner Sanctum, you go into your membership section, and this is available to Inner Sanctum members and the Adept members. Okay, you have access to this. You go in and you look for the form that says 72 Wise Words. Just click on it, and this big PDF is going to open up. The shit is thorough. What I'm showing you in this form, a lot of people don't understand how to read it, so I'm gonna do a class on it, and I'm gonna go and show you. This is one of my greater contributions to the collective, is that I have discovered how breaking down language can teach about a divine drama, several divine dramas unfolding, teach you about your purpose, teach you about everything. It exposes where God is, how God has changed and hidden itself in different components, and how man has been befuddled in his ignorance and has said, oh, this is that and this, and all of it was the same shit. So when you go and delve into language, that is that's the real deal, Jimmy. That is where you find a lot of secrets. That is in the 11th chapter of Genesis, when they talk about the building of the Tower of Babel. They're giving you codex inscriptus, in the words of the great C. Freeman L. They're telling you about how an archetype is broken up into symbols, and symbols are then broken up into languages, and languages then disperse. And again, you're talking about something that is pushing out from a center a central mass, and it pushes all out into these different spokes. But at the middle of all of those spokes is there's a wheel within a wheel, like they say in the book of Ezekiel. There's a wheel within a wheel. And that is when you start delving into language, you will find the wheel in the wheel. So the Christian who sits back and talks shit about voodoo and how da da da, if that motherfucker knew and that when you break down language, that another word for God is lower. But what do they call the deities in the voodoo? Lowers. Well, hold on now. Hold on. What you doing calling this devil stuff by the same name as the most exalted high God in the Bible? Because it's the same. I got that in that form. So, and what are some ways to notice those who trying to steal your energy code? Okay. Okay. All right. That leads me into what I want to tell you about the vampire. You watch Spider-Man and you will start to get more acclimated with the super sensory powers that you possess. Okay, you are a walking antenna, and the more you get in tune, you can feel vampires. I'm at the gym. I run into vampires at the gym all the time. I'm at the gym, and there's this old, very pale white man, bald head, and he's with this young white boy, tall, long hair, ponytail, and it looks like that's his old man's fun boy, you know. And who knows? It might have been his grandson, but it looked he looked like that was his boy toy. So, um, first of all, Texas is a major occult hub, which is very little known. What better place to hide than in Texas? Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Down here in Texas, this is an occult hub. Do you know? Because look, why do most corporations come to Texas? Because this is a central hub to ship out products from. Same thing. You got New York on the East Coast, LA on the West Coast. But what's kind of in the middle? You got Texas. So Texas, you got all these occult schools with all these uh, uh, cadre of mythology and occult information in the Northeast, and you have your Berkeley's and UCLA's and so forth on the West, and Stanford, other occult hubs where any place where you find English literature, mythology, these are occult hubs. Well, one of the other ones for this region is the University of Texas in Austin. So when you think of Texas, you're thinking about uh, uh, football and sports and eating barbecue and shit and hook 'em horns, and that's the cloak. What a great way to hide. This is an occult hub. So you run into these people. We got Rosicrucians, we got OTO motherfuckers all around here. And you don't know who they are unless you're on the frequency and you can pick up, because they be trying to read you because they're picking up frequencies off of your ass. And then they can pick up something different and they'll start coming around and want to be around you. I had a motherfucker come up to me one time in the gym and say, "How do you get your hair that way?" I said, "It's magic, motherfucker. It's magic how I get it that way." "How the fuck you mean how I get my hair?" "That's the way the shit grow. It's magic." Take that back to the next meeting. So this dude kept kind of circling around me like a shark. Now we can say I'm paranoid, which I fucking am. But I knew he was a vampire. So what did I do is I started, in my mind, I started thinking, I said, okay, cancer, motherfucker. Terminal cancer. Lymph nodes. Swollen. See, you got to start learning how to battle in the magical realm. All this other shit that all these hoorah ass motherfuckers talk about, they ain't hitting a lick at a stick. They ain't busting a grape. The real warfare is mental and it's on a realm that you can't see. Okay? So when them motherfuckers come around, I start shooting at them. Okay, cancer motherfucker. Coughing up blood. I'm just sitting there thinking that while I'm grabbing my dumbbells. I'm not even looking at them. Grabbing my dumbbells. But if I feel like you're trying to come over here and suck off of my energy, then I'm gonna give you something to eat on, motherfucker. When a dog bites you, feed him. I'm gonna feed your ass. Because we can think that this shit is all ha ha ha, shit and giggles, bullshit. No, 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 they own it. They own it. They watch. They watch my shit. They watch these other motherfuckers shit. And they're astounded. They're astonished. How did these motherfuckers get this shit? They were not supposed to be privy to this. We were supposed to keep this hidden. Who put these fucking books out and let these assholes get this shit? Because they know that a certain group of us are dangerous when we get a hold of our shit. Our motherfucking shit. So you feel like somebody, and look, guess what? Guess what? You can have a vampire that looks just like you. Mm, facts. Facts. Look just like you. I don't have no other, no, no. There is no good hierarchy and no bad hierarchy. There is only source. There is no bad devil. There's no good God. There's only source. And source, they tell you right in the Bible, they say the Lord. That's when we come back to language. Lord means potent. When they say high potentate, well, Lord and potentate is the same thing. Potentate is where we get the word potential. And in the root of potential, what do we have? Pot. Ah, what does the witch use? She stirs and conjures in the motherfucking pot because the pot is the place of potential. And that is what the divine is. It's potential. God, if you want to use that term or source, is potential. And potential needs to be constricted and confined and put under tension in order for it to be transformed into something greater, because everything dies if it don't move, even source. Source dies if it don't move. And the greatest way to understand that is to look at water. Water, stagnant water. Let me tell you, a great book to get is Water, Pure and Simple. And I got to wrap this up. I got to get off of here. Water, Pure and Simple is one of the baddest damn metaphysical book, science books you can put your eyes on. Trust me when I tell you, everything's in that motherfucker. They dealing with the Dow Jane. They're dealing with the Kabbalah. They're dealing with Sufism. They're dealing with just raw science. Everything. Water, pure and simple. Okay? But what it tells in that book is that when water is allowed to move, water can heal itself. Even with all this shit that they put in water, all these pollutants, that water can heal itself. Make no bones about it. You can't kill this planet. You can't kill a plane. A planet is a plane, which is a state. You can't kill a state. Only thing you can do is pass through a state. Facts. I'm telling you some real shit. They can't fuck up no water. You know what this water will do? This water will say, fuck it. Send a tidal wave, wipe the shit out. The earth will get pissed and say, suck these motherfuckers up. Burn it up. You can't. That's how arrogant. Sustainable living. We're gonna sustainable development. Like you can sustain the earth, motherfucker. Who do you think you are? That's the arrogance of a lunatic. You can't fix no goddamn earth. It don't need no fixing. The earth is the heart, and the heart will fix itself through fire. It will purify. That's where Kundalini fire goes through. It goes through the heart. Well, I got to get in here and tend to my me familia. So I appreciate y'all listening to my rants. I had a brief moment where it might have been a moment of insanity where I started cussing and screaming. All great entertainment. I mean, this is all great entertainment and some information mixed in there. Get over to mastersofthecosmos.com. Become a member on whichever level you feel comfortable. And uh, right on. So I appreciate y'all. And y'all remember, stay down till you get up. When you get up, stay down. And I'll catch y'all on the top side. Peace.